Sky Sports News. Go ahead, James.
Hi, Chris. It's been an unprecedented summer, a great summer for England in terms of results for getting this series. But how will you look back on it as coach?
Yeah, I mean, it's with a lot of pride, to be honest. I think, first and foremost, you look back at obviously April, and we're all looking to say, how are we going to get this on? To actually play a full international calendar and to be taking part in some of the fantastic games that we've seen, the nail-biting games that we've seen, I think is nothing short of exceptional, to be honest. So I think a lot of credit needs to go out to all those people involved in that, whether that be also the guys, the players who've got here, the staff, the ECB, the hotels, the grounds, everything. Everybody that's been involved to make this happen, because I think it's been absolutely fantastic.
And looking ahead to the winter, do you think this has provided a blueprint, this bio-bubble model, a blueprint for cricket boards around the world going forward?
I would hope so. We've done it successfully here, so it doesn't. If we can do it, and so can other countries. If it does, it means that we're playing international cricket around the world too. So we're getting cricket on everywhere. It's what we all want, really. We all want to be out there. We want to be playing. Providing the entertainment.
And what do you know about the winter? What's the likelihood of a tour, some tours? What can you tell us?
Well, it's obviously there's quite a bit still up in the air, but we're hopeful that obviously after Christmas, the test tours will go ahead, and obviously South Africa before Christmas for white balls, and then we're looking at potentially doing a red ball camp out in the UAE as well to prep the guys going towards Sri Lanka. But we're hopeful that all this will be on. I think we're learning every day about how to deal with COVID and how to look at it moving forward. To continue to do that, hopefully we'll play.
And finally, for me, with the mental strain that the bio bubble this summer has put on your players, you're happy for them to go off to the IPL or make those decisions themselves? How do you feel about that?
Well, it's their decision, really. Obviously, the contracts are, good for them. But equally as well, looking forward, we've got a T20 World Cup coming up. The more high-class T20 they can play and experience they can get into them, I think it'll be a good thing for us. The one thing I have encouraged is that they keep talking to us. We need to make sure they don't burn out as well. So that we'll have to keep an eye on them from that point.
Thank you.
Cheers, James. We'll go with Will Macpherson, please.
Chris, just looking at this ODI series against Australia, obviously it's England's first defeat in an ODI series for quite a long time. How do you reflect on the series as a whole, and what you think you got wrong, the reasons you lost it, etc.?
Well, I think it was a hard-fought series, to be honest. We've seen some exceptional individual performances in there. I think we saw an exceptional partnership today between two very good players, and they won the game for them. So, sometimes you've got to say well done to the opposition. I think this is one of those occasions. We had two people that played very well. But I think it's been hard fought. Two good teams sort of going at each other, and it's provided some really entertaining cricket. Obviously, always disappointing to lose. But again, I think if you put it in perspective, as I've said before, if you go back to April, when we're all wondering if it was on, to actually get it on, it's been superb. So I think cricket as a whole has won. So we won't be getting too down about it. I think there are things we can work on. Obviously, fielding is one thing that we started pushing. Coming into this series, and I think we need to continually work on that, because I think we can always improve.
Dean Wilson, please.
Hi, Spoons. You talk about the hard-fought series, and it was very competitive, but it didn't seem as though England really played their best ODI cricket. You did well to make it as close as it was, but it didn't seem like you were playing at your best. Do you think that, having climbed the Everest of the World Cup win, that you've got a job on your hand as coach now to kind of work out how to build again for the next one, to get the hunger going again for the guys? You don't have that same challenge ahead of you. It's a different type of challenge as the world champions now. Is that a task for you?
I think, the passion's still there, the desire's still there. So I think it will come from within, and it's, we played on, obviously, the wicket for the first two games. It was a difficult wicket. It's not the type of wicket that we've been used to playing on, where we can play an expansive game that we do. So that was a different challenge for us. But it certainly weren't through any sort of lack of effort or lack of passion to get out there and score runs. And coming into this game, the guys were as determined as ever to perform. I think you're right. I don't think we have performed at our best. I think, there's a few more gears in there for us. And we've got to continually push to strive to improve, really, because I think we've got to keep pushing boundaries. The last thing I want is for guys to go into the show. I want them to come out a bit more. If we get pushed, we want to push back harder. We want them to break records. It's what these guys do. They don't know what limits are. So we'll just keep trying to create an environment where they feel that they can go break records.
And for you personally, having come through this summer, you talked about what an unusual summer it's been and how far we've managed to come in terms of getting the games on. But in terms of you as the coach across these three teams, what's your kind of takeaway on where they are and kind of what you need to look forward to?
Well, I think it's been strange times, there's no doubt about it. One of the things I have enjoyed is the fact that my two assistant coaches have got to lead the team as well. We've both had opportunities to be head coach, and I've had an opportunity to step back and watch from a distance, really. So I think that's a positive for us, because I think moving forward, we're going to have to learn to split the squad up like that again, because if things aren't going to change in a rush, it may be that we have to take that step again when we push forward. I think from a test point of view, we continue to work on the blueprint that we've been trying to build since New Zealand, when we talked about it there. Big first innings runs and then putting pressure on the opposition. We look at Zach Crawley coming through at number 3, scoring those big runs down at the Aegeus. It was a fantastic effort at number 3. It's a super innings. We showed the youngsters again are showing us that they're coming through, and they're building on that blueprint and they're capable of doing it. So from a test point of view, I was happy. I think we are still moving forward. And T20, obviously we played some good cricket there, and so defeated in this format, but the passion's there. And we've had some very entertaining cricket.
And just a final thought from me. We've talked a lot about Jofra Archer over the recent past, and obviously you're the kind of constant in terms of a head coach across all the teams. He spoke to us about the change of kind of scenery between Test and One Day, and how much he enjoyed himself playing in the whiteboard teams. Have you got any thoughts on how you can kind of keep his enjoyment levels up across all formats?
If we get rid of COVID, that'd be great. It's been difficult, and I think Joffrey's found the fact that we've been locked up difficult at times, and he's not the only player. There's quite a few. But unfortunately, it's where we are, and we've got to do it. And I'm very proud of the guys that have gone about the business while we've been in this situation. But I think, again, it's just trying to, we've mixed up the coaches again, so I have various different bowling coaches in, so the guys get to work with new people all the time. So it could be, again, a change of personnel like that could just keep things fresh for us, new ideas coming in, opportunities for our county coaches to come in and make their mark as well and see how we do things. So I think, again, it's a juggling act of keeping people fresh in their minds, trying to get them out of the bubble whenever we can. That's one thing we have been good at as well. If people have asked to get out of the bubble, we've got them out. So we said we would do it, and we have. So it could be a case of just trying to make sure that we're not burning people out there.
Thank you.
Okay, well, John, and then we'll finish with Andrew Miller, please.
Chris, hi. The ECB confirmed yesterday there's going to be some quite significant job losses in the organisation. Have you been given any assurances about your backroom staff in terms of keeping their jobs and so on?
I'm not sure I should be speaking about that, John, to be honest. Is that my department? No, it's probably not somewhere I need to go, that, John, if you don't mind.
Okay. Obviously,
it's not my department. That's it.
You're obviously very close to your support staff, so I imagine you're pretty keen to keep them. But...
Obviously, I'm keen to keep all the staff that are around because I think they're a good bunch I've got. So I'm keen to do that. But like I say, it's not my department.
Well, okay. And can I ask just about Joe Root? Across the two formats he plays, I guess his standards, he's had a relatively unproductive summer in terms of runs scored. Is that a cause for concern at all?
I don't think so. You can't perform all the time, and we've got to accept that. And there have been extremely, strange circumstances we're in. But Joe's a fine player. He's a class act, so he'll come good. So I've got no concerns about it.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, John.
And last one, Andrew, please.
Hi, Chris. Yeah, I was going to ask a bit about the ECB as well, but I guess the question I wanted to put to you is more about, I mean, Chris Wokes talked yesterday about how with central contracts next month, he recognises that the players can't expect to be exempt from the financial realities, but at the same time, you know, the reality is that you guys and the efforts you put in to go into the bubble all summer and take the hardship has been fundamental to shore up finances of the sport. So, you know, is that a difficult balance to strike that, you know, your efforts have gone so far to save the game, but equally, you know, there may be more accepting that you've got to be all in it together. Is that something you had to sort of have conversations about with the team?
To be honest, I don't talk about money with the players. As I said before, that's not my department, so I tend not to talk money with the players.
Okay. Brilliant. Okay, well, thanks everyone. Just on behalf of the team and the management, I just want to thank you guys for the way you've covered the sport in difficult situations over the summer. It's been fantastic and admirable during this period. It's been great, and you know, have a great break, and we look forward to seeing you when we all return, hopefully, for a winter tour to South Africa, all being well. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Danny.
Likewise, Danny, from the press
Have
corps.
a good break.
You've helped us as always, and we do really appreciate it. Thanks, mate.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Cheers, Danny. Cheers,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Thank you.
Cheers.